D. Deion Sanders, let's get into this because I've been following Deion since he was at JSU. Before that. Of course, followed Deion as a player, NFL player, one of my favorite football players of all time, period. Okay, it's Tom Brady and it's Deion Sanders for me. When it comes to football, playing the game of the best football players to ever play the game of football. Tom Brady, Deion Sanders. In that order for me. So it's never a hate on Deion. Shout out to D, shout out to Pete in the building, my guy. It's never, I always look at Deion like, man, he off the chain, right? Love to hear him speak when he spoke on NFL Network, all that good stuff. And when he got to JSU and the things that he was saying, when he took the job, how he was going to level the playing field between HBCUs and Power 5 schools, especially since 75, 80% of the dopest players be black. And so why they all at the WPs, what they call them, white schools. And that God called him collect to come to JSU, Jackson, Mississippi, right? And reconstruct how college football and HBCU, historical black colleges, put them back on the map in the college football world and landscape. And I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, if anybody could do it, it's you. It's Deion. Prime time Deion Sanders. If anybody could do it, it's you, sir. Because he got that swag, he got that talk, he got that walk, and he has walked it. He has done it, right? At the highest of levels, at all of the levels, high school, college, pros, in 2 sports, not just 1 sport, 2 sports, all-time athlete. One of the could have been 3 sports if he ran track. He might have had some gold medals. Well, let Deion be on the 4x1 team in his prime when he was running 4.2s in the 40 get-ups. He might have had a gold medal or 2 in track. So really, you can say 3 just because he didn't participate. You can look at his number. He clocked it 4.2. That's up there. So again, it was never no hate. It was all love. I watched Deion. Little YouTube, he had a little reality type of show before he got to JSU. Him and Shador was like a freshman in high school or something like that. Shiloh had kind of moved with Deion and Shador. I think the next year after, Shador's sophomore year, I believe Shiloh ended up moving with Deion from his mom. And so I was watching it. I was following Deion before even JSU. And when they got to JSU, I'm like, okay. And the talk he was talking. God called me collect to come do this, do that. I'm like, man, yeah, because you can do it. People going to want to play for Deion. Deion can put money, invest money into facilities. And so I already knew all of that. Like all that's going to come with it, right? Nike loves them and so on and so forth. So they might get, of course, new uniforms, but it ended up being Under Armour, who blessed Deion and the Jackson State University with some of the flyest uniforms, right? Hooked them up. Got a practice facility, got a locker room, for everything. It was looking clean as far as that part of the football aspects of Jackson State. And then what did he do the very next year? He flipped a number 1 recruit in Travis Hunter, who ended up being the number 2 pick of the NFL draft playing in the NFL right now, who played both ways, same position Deion played. And so I'm like, wow, he flipped the number 1 recruit from going to Florida State. That's where Travis Hunter was committed to verbally, to Florida State, his hometown, where he from, and he was going to play there until Deion came about and recruited him and brought him over to Jackson State, right? And meanwhile, this is at the height of the beginning of the NIL deals and so on and so forth. So to be able, I just want to be able to get Travis Hunter to come to a Jackson State and not a Power 5 like a Florida State at Miami or something like that, that's big, huge. And he was able to get other 4-star recruits to come to Jackson State as well, to transfer over as well. So Jackson State, when it came to being in the HBCU conference, the SWAC and the MEAC, they had the best roster top to bottom. He also had coaches that was supposed to be like that as well. And Jackson State looked like the thing. ESPN followed every game. They was on TV every week. It was going down. Jackson State, they had celebrities coming out to the games. They had celebrities on the sideline and all this good stuff. It selling out the stadium every time they had a home game. It was big business. It was happening. He was on the path of changing things around. You end up having even basketball players were starting to visit Jackson State and HBCUs just because of the wave that Deion was creating, right? Shout out to AW in the building, Jeff Sandy, and Cassie Blue in the building as well. Let's hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I'm laying this down because I want to show y'all something. There's no hate. I'm trying to show y'all something to where when you got to call a spade, shout out to BDP, when you got to be frank about situations, you just got to be frank about it. And that's why I named my show that as well. Just not because it's my name, but I am frank about a lot of these situations. And it don't matter how much I like you, how much I was a fan of something. If I see something wrong, I'm going to point it out, whether it's Deion Sanders, who was, like I said, I got him top 2 all-time, number 1 athlete of all time. I got number 1 athlete, period. It's hands down. It's not even close. So I'm not privy to it. And again, I was a big fan of him. But when I start to see he moved weird, and before he made the decision to go to Colorado, I noticed every time he got to the Celebration Bowl, which is like the Super Bowl, the championship, the national title of the HBCU, basically. And it's the SWAC, whoever's the best in the SWAC conference versus whoever's the best in the MEAC conference. And Deion made it. He would run through the SWAC, right? Run through them, get to the Celebration Bowl, and lose. Both years he was at Jackson State. He lost when he played against another opponent, a coach that had his team ready and willing to do whatever they needed to do to win the games. And Deion kept losing in the big games. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of crazy because your roster is much better than everybody's roster. So can't be like you don't have the roster. You definitely got the roster, right? A lot of these dudes is 2 stars, 1 stars, no stars. That's at HBCUs. You play the 2 stars is like the highest really that's going to be playing at HBCUs in today's day and age. Back in the days, all the stars and Hall of Famers used to come out of HBCUs before they when things were segregated. Okay. But that's not the case no more. Ever since, it's been intertwined, Power 5s get all the 3 stars, the nicest 2 stars, 3 stars, 4, 5. HBCUs, they get no stars to maybe a 1 star, right? And so Deion, he got a 5-star number 1 recruit in the country on his team. So think about the level of talent Travis Hunter has to a lot of the other guys. Even though I know that doesn't mean everything because of what star you are. Was you a 2-star, you can still play at the level of a 5-star player. Yes, for sure. But for the most part, it is what it is. Travis Hunter did become, he did become the number 2 pick in the NFL draft. So it wasn't no fluke that he was the guy, right? So his talent, the guy, way above HBCU talent. And Shador was a 3-star coming out of high school. Shiloh was a 3-star, something like that as well.
So, and then they transferred a lot of 4-star and 3-star players to the squad. And when he left so abruptly, so quickly, and he had everything going, it was a head scratcher for me. I said, wait a minute. You just told the people 2 years ago when you took the job that this was God's calling for you to do this and do that, and even the playing fields. You said all of this out your own mouth, and you wore God and Jesus Christ on your sleeve. You said this is what he set you up to do. And I believed you. I'm like, right, this is why you probably got blessed with the talent he gave you, with being the best athlete ever, because you are so, what you call it? People come to you. They just attract the people, and you've done it at the highest level. People look up to the talent that God has blessed you with, honestly. So I'm like, yeah, if anybody can make HBCUs, because I always wondered that too, like, HBCU, why everybody just skedaddle on HBCUs and just back to the wayside? Like, with all the talent that people have and all this pro-black stuff people be out here talking about, why are y'all sending y'all kids to the white schools that you per se, right? Which I don't care which way, but again, when you hear so much of the racism, black people yelling racism and black people yelling do for our black people, when black owned businesses support that only, and so on and so forth, you're thinking, well, what the fuck's going on with the HBCUs? And why all the top talent is not going there? They choose another way. But with Deion, I said, that's going to change, because once he fill his roster up with a bunch of Travis Hunters, 5-star recruits, 4-star recruits, and they see how that thing booming, you're going to have more coaches, which end up happening. Michael Vick's coaching in the HBCU, and Eddie George was coaching already there, so on and so forth. Now you have somebody else. Ed Reed tried to, but he had too many nigga moments, and he ended up getting fired before he even got hired. The nigga got fired before he got hired. How that happened? Yeah, nigga moments. But I knew people would start flocking over there, because that's what you get the coaches, you'll start getting the players. And when you lead by example, if you're Deion Sanders, I'm over here, I'm much better than all of y'all, except for Tom Brady. So if this is good enough for me, it's good enough for you. So just imagine if you had Deion Sanders, Michael Vick, Deshaun Jackson, Eddie George, Ed Reed, so on and so forth, and they all coach in the HBCUs, and they all can actually fucking coach, because it's been proven. It just seems to be a problem with Hall of Fame type players being able to be good coaches. It's just something that's, I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know why, but it is what it is. There's never been a Hall of Fame player, except for Bill Russell, I should say. I can't deny Bill Russell. Bill Russell was a hellified coach and player. So it's been one. Magic tried it, failed miserably, right? Who else tried to coach as a top-notch player? Isaiah Thomas tried it, failed. It's a bunch of names. I can't think off the top of my head, but a bunch of all your best coaches, they're not Hall of Fame players. They might have been players, role players, on championship teams, so on and so forth, but they're not Hall of Fame players. So it is, I don't know why that is. That's weird, but it is what it is. So make a long story no longer. When Deion made the move to Colorado, I said, wait, something ain't right here, because you gave us all that Christianity and God brought you to Jackson State. Now you're leaving so abruptly. And that made me scratch my head. And I'm like, so are you a false prophet now? Now I got to look at you as a false prophet, because if God wanted you to be there, and that's what you was actually doing everything that you said God sent you there to do. It was happening. And it would have been even bigger than just football, because Jackson, Mississippi needs God all over it. Hello? Very disruptive, destructive city, town, whatever you want to call it. Jackson, Mississippi is terrible. But when you have a lot going on and you put resources in somewhere, which Deion could have done as time went on, you put resources into things. You invested into things. You having this going, that going. You talking to people, going out in the community. He could have not just changed the likes of HBCU, which is huge. He could have changed the likes of how things operated in Jackson, Mississippi. Believe me, he could have had camps and all kind of good shit going on and talking to the gangsters and all of that and caused a peace treaty. He could have done all of that. Had more thugs get closer to God, to Jesus Christ. He could have done all of that. See, it would have been much bigger than football and his sons, which he ended up making it all about. And that's why that was very selfish and it was very hypocritical for him to leave Jackson State after promising all the shit he promised and saying everything he's saying while saying God told him this is what's happening and he listens to God, but then all of a sudden, well, God told me now to come over here. Huh? And so I said, okay, well, let's see what you got, because you lost both of the championship games when it came to the two best teams in each conference of the HBCUs, the MEAC versus SWAC. You lost both the big games. You haven't won a big game yet. Beating all the other not big games. You ain't won no big games even at the HBCU level. You watched through the SWAC, but the SWAC, who is the SWAC? What is SWAC? It's whack. The SWAC is whack. It's no real competition. You had way more talent than everybody else. So when you go to Colorado, so now let's see what you do. He ended up kicking out everybody who was at Colorado on the roster, basically. Literally, not even basically. He literally came in there and told all of them, I'm bringing Louis luggage and y'all can be excused because y'all only won one game the year before. You only won one game. All of y'all don't need you. Even, peep this out, even Jerry Rice's son was on Colorado. Jerry Rice's son, the greatest wide receiver, arguably with Randy Moss, and I'm a Randy Moss. I go Randy Moss, but it's debatable. Jerry Rice and Randy Moss and nothing else. You can say Calvin Johnson. No. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, when it comes to wide receivers, best all time. And then whoever you got 1 and 2, that's on you. It's your preference. But Jerry Rice's son, he's not junior. I forget what his name actually is. It's not Jerry Rice Jr. It's something else Rice. But if you know in the chat, let me know in the chat. Shout out to No Prison Planet. So he got rid of Jerry Rice Jr. or whatever, son, and everybody else that was on the roster that went 1-11, right? And brought in all new people, brought in coaches from the NFL like Pat Shermer and some other coaches. Had a what they called it was like an all-star cast of coaches. His first year at Colorado. He said he has an all-star cast of coaches, the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator. He had somebody who was the overseer of the others. He had all kinds of things going on, right? And so he had all the resources in place and even more resources than he had at Jackson State now that he was at Colorado. And they come out, right? They got Travis Hunter to transfer. Y'all already know that story. And they beat TCU, who was in the national title game the year before. And they played TCU the first game. I went to that game. Me and my wife. We went to the game, first Colorado game versus TCU in where is that at? Texas somewhere in Dallas, not Fort Worth, I believe. I believe it's in Fort Worth. Very good game. Colorado looked good.
I was like, oh shit, these motherfuckers might be good. He might can do this. Because Cat was out for me. I'm like, I don't know if you can really coach yet. I can't really grade you on a real grade from what you did at Jackson State. And to really, if I honestly have to grade you, you lost the 2 big games that you played in. You don't have an HBCU championship. You're not a champion. So I'm like, let's see what you do versus TCU, who was just at the national title the year before. They should be good, but they lost most of all of their starters to the NFL, right? They lost like 11 starters all together, and 8, 9 of them was on the defensive side, which really got them as far as they got to the national championship. So they was losing mostly all their starters, and they didn't have the starting quarterback. I think he was down as well in that game. Neither here nor there, they beat them. Good game. They beat them. Deion went to the press conference and, do you believe? Now, do you believe? I told y'all we here. We coming. Do you believe? And I'm like, slow down. Whoa, slow. That right there, I'm like, bro, you just beat a team. And let's see if they even good. It was good last year. This is a whole new team. Everybody got new rosters. Everybody revamped everything. They didn't lost most of their starters. So are they even good? We don't even know what type of team you just beat, but y'all look good. You look ready. You look sharp. So that's hats off to the coach. So I'm like, cool, smooth, but you acting like you just won a championship, homie. You acting like you just won 10 straight. Like you just like, I'm like, do you believe what? That you can win a game? What you thought? And people were saying, oh, he already tied as many wins as they had the year before he got there. And I'm like, bro, it's not like he came there, took the team he went 1-8 with. I mean, not he, but took the team that went 11, and then make them look good the next year. They look like a totally different team. No, it's a totally different, all new players. It's not, none of them players are here. So it ain't like, oh yeah, we was only one in. That's what I kept trying to. I was confused how people didn't understand that. Like, he got a whole new squad. This ain't the team that went 1-11. This is a new team with 5-star, with the top recruit. He one of the best players in the country on the team. Shedeur Sanders went out and dropped 500 yards passing. He could throw the football. They got squad. They had running back in Welch and Tony and Augusta, and they had some players. So then they start getting whooped. Then they start just getting whooped. They only won 4 games. Make a long story long, they only won 4 games the first year in the Pac-12, when Pac-12 was deep. Pac-12 was probably top 2-3 conferences that year. Colorado, Deion's first year in Power 5 football. Pac-12 was tough. Washington had Michael Penix, and Oregon had squad, and USC had Caleb Williams, and Washington State even whooped their ass, and Stanford whooped. I think they beat one. That was Stanford. Stanford came back down 27. They had Stanford 27-0 in the first half and lost. Stanford is trash. And you lost, and you was up 27-0 in the first half, and you end up losing a game that you had a 27-point lead in. That's amazing. Amazing. Let's read some of these comments, man. Pete say Deion's only goal at Colorado was to make sure his son got all the playing time and got drafted. Hey, real talk. He coached daddy ball. Here nor there. Neither here nor there. The whole thing is the man can't coach at all. He's terrible at coaching. And it shows often. It's been showing. He never wins any big games. He hasn't beat a ranked team yet. He hasn't beat a ranked team yet. And again, see, the Texas truth is like the Texas lie, because you understand what I'm talking about. Like you, I didn't say you had a bunch of 5 stars. Never said that. And that's not even the point of nothing. That's not the point of anything. And again, Iowa State, they're not ranked. They was ranked. You must don't understand what, again, was. They're not ranked. They're not a ranked team. It's just like this. It's like this. I had this conversation with a partner of mine, and I had to point this out to him. You can't see what ranked team you beat until the end of the season when it comes to college football. Because a team that you preseason pool have ranked and they're not ranked at the end of the year, a lot of people whoop them just like TCU. TCU was ranked until at the end of the season, you see they was just as bad as Colorado. They only won 4 games. So you beat a team that was no good. Just because the preseason pool had you ranked, it's about the end of the season. Did a team you beat, did they end up being ranked at the end of the year? Did they end up being ranked? It's simple as this. This is simple as this. If you beat a team that was projected to be in the playoffs at the beginning of the season, but they didn't make the playoffs, did you beat a playoff team? I don't think you beat a playoff team. It's the same thing in football, college football. You don't beat if your team, just because you preseason ranked and you end up being ass by the end of the season, you didn't beat a ranked team. You beat an ass team. You beat a team they thought was going to be a top ranked team. Ain't no moving the goalposts. That is exactly what it is. You sound dumb. I can't stand like people who be trying to cap for somebody because they want to cap for them. It pisses me off for real. It ain't no moving the goalposts. Preseason pool rankings don't mean shit. It's at the end. Put it this way. I'm going to give you one even further. When they're looking in college, when they rank you or look to put you in certain bowls, let's just say you're not even going to the top 12, for the college playoffs, top 12 teams, they have to look and see who did you beat. The strength of your schedule is how we want to determine who's 1 through 12, who deserves to be. Let's say it's 3 teams that's 11-2. 3 teams is 11-2. What they're going to look at, who were the 2 teams you lost to, and what was the 11 teams that you beat. Just because the team was ranked in a preseason pool, but they ended up 4-12, they're not going to look at them as, oh, they beat TCU. They was top ranked at the very beginning of the year, even though they fell to 4-12. Then they're going to look at that as they're terrible. They're terrible. They're terrible. They're good. They're good. You understand? Your strength of schedule. So when they go over who's going to play in these bowl games and things of that, they look at strength of schedule. Who did you beat and who beat you? So if that team that you beat isn't ranked at the end of the year, they're not counting you for beating a ranked team. So you talking about stick to basketball. No, sir. I'm sticking to college football. This is how college football operates. Not me moving a goalpost. They look at strength of schedule. He hasn't beat a ranked team. Period. TCU didn't end the season ranked. Iowa State, they're not going to end the season ranked. They just lost last night. They already got 3 losses. They won't end the season ranked. So guess what? If they end the season, let's say, for example, if Iowa State wins out, you can say, okay, that was a formidable team. That was a smooth team. If they win out, if they win the rest of the game, I think it's 4 games left. They're 5-3. So they got 4 games left.
If they win out, they end up 9-3. That'd be a pretty good team. That's a pretty damn good team. Pretty damn good team. Yeah. If they lose out, they end up going 5-9. No, 5 and what is it? 7. That's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah, so preseason rankings is just a prediction. That's it. That's what I mean. Some like the Texas lies. He want to sit here and cap and act like he don't understand what I'm saying. And that is truth to everything I'm saying. He want to sit here and keep making excuses. No, you're making excuses. He didn't beat a ranked team. Period.